What's up, brother? I have a few questions.
Yes.
So how do you make money?
I sell drugs.
Very funny, but for real though.
Well, I mean, there's a bunch of. I'm a real estate investor. I have properties, right? Because I knew that being having this line of rhetoric, people would try to cancel you. Obviously, we're on Rumble, we're on YouTube, we're on different platforms, and you got to be kind of cancel proof whenever you have the views that we have, because censorship is very strong. It's receded a bit, which is good, but yeah.
I mean, you can't really get canceled doing what you do. There's going to be people that agree with you. There's going to be people that hate women all over the world.
Well, the thing is that let me be honest about this. I don't hate women.
You have a book called Why Women Deserve Less.
Yeah, so I understand them.
That's kind of hateful.
I understand them. So this is the reality. If you understand women, there's no way that you can look at them as an equal. You either look at them as an equal or you understand them. If you understand them, then you understand that there's no way that you could be looked at as equals, because they're fundamentally different than us in every single way.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
That doesn't mean that I hate them. That means that I understand them. And if anything, I do more to protect them than liberals do. Because liberals sit there and say, oh, women should be in the workforce. They should be paid 50%. They should be in the military. They should be in police jobs. They should be in lines of danger. I think we need to protect women and provide for them.
Okay, that's awesome. You're a great guy. You protect women. Why do you think that just because they're like different that they can't be equal?
Because that's precisely why. Because you cannot, if we're going to be different in almost every angle when it comes to biologically, there can't be equality there.
Yes, there
we're
can.
different.
Yes, there can. Women are better at certain things than men.
Like what?
Emotions, understanding them. You don't understand emotions. I mean, look at you.
Okay, I mean, look, I think.
Do you think that that's untrue? That women don't have a better understanding of emotions than men? Because they actually do.
Well, I think they're more emotionally erratic, and that's a problem.
Okay, I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Show you what? I can't hear what he's saying.
Yeah, women are more emotionally erratic, and I think that's a problem. I would argue that men...
Oh, so wait, shooting people's not emotionally erratic? Because men do like 98% of that.
Well, that's a perfect example of what I mean when men aren't emotionally stable. That's a problem.
Yeah, obviously.
But men definitely have more stoicism.
Oh, for the record, I do agree with you on like Israel and your foreign policy beliefs. Mm-hmm. I have another question. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, I do like Trump.
You like Trump.
Now, with that said...
Israel's boot is in Trump's mouth right now?
That's actually one of the things that I'm heavily critical about is the foreign policy when it comes to Israel.
Okay.
Like, I like some of the things that Trump does, and I dislike other things, and I'm definitely open about, criticizing him when it's due.
Okay, fair enough. I don't think that you should probably like a president if the thing that you are apparently very passionate about, although we haven't been doing much talking about that. You've been doing your rage bait stuff mostly, but
remember, people ask me questions like they're coming up and. What was that?
I said I was still talking. You interrupted me.
Yeah, but you got to understand also that this is my shit, not yours. Okay, so that you understand that you're the guest on mine. But what I'm saying is that people are coming up and asking me questions, so it goes based what they ask. So.
Okay, but I wasn't done with my complete thought.
Go ahead.
How can you support a person who is directly doing the bidding of your greatest enemy? That doesn't seem to make any sort of sense. Why don't you just not support any of them? Because all of them are going to like Israel no matter what, because Israel's the one that's funding them.
For sure. And that's a problem that I've identified many times, and we need to get Israel money out of politics. But I do think...
Supporting Trump's not how you do that, though.
Well, here's the thing. I think he's far better than Kamala Harris.
Okay.
So my job really, when I voted for Trump, I was doing it to ensure that she doesn't get into office.
Okay. I didn't vote at all because
that's fine. That's fine, and that's your right. Mm-hmm. But I looked at it like, me being from Florida and Florida being a very important state, I looked at it like we got to ensure that Kamala Harris does not get into office. So I voted for Trump, and I don't regret it, even though there are things that piss me off that he's done.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I said. I voted for Trump. I don't regret it, though he has done things that I dislike and I disagree with strongly, like Israel, for example.
The thing is, though, Kamala Harris and Trump fundamentally do the only big difference, like actually that they'll actually do, is immigration stuff. And I know you love the immigration stuff, right? Like
I am very pro immigration enforcement.
Because you were in the Homeland Security, right?
Well, I've had pro immigration enforcement before I did that, but yeah.
Okay.
I think mass immigration is a problem.
When you were in Homeland Security, did you ever deal with like a human trafficking case?
Yes.
Are you aware of what Trump did?
Yeah, what did he do? Go ahead.
Rape children on Epstein's Island?
Well, the whole Epstein thing, I've been very critical about that. I think they completely fumbled the whole Epstein file thing.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I mean, Pam Bondi and him and Kash Patel, and they need to do better with that. So,
Well, because they're guilty. That's why they fumbled it.
well, you can make that argument. That's fine. I wouldn't necessarily. I'm waiting until all the facts come out, and we can obviously assess it. I don't believe what Ghislaine Maxwell said during the interviews.
Yeah,
So
obviously.
we can agree on there.
So do you think the facts are going to come out?
Well, man, I'll be honest with you. They still haven't declassified JFK, and it's been like, what,
Yeah.
decades later. So
I guess
9/11, we're still waiting on that, too.
yeah, that's never happening. But
Yeah, definitely not.
my main point is, Trump. So you dealt? Did you? You never answered. Did you deal with human trafficking cases? I don't remember what you said.
Yes, I did.
So how can you support a person that was involved with something like that? If you've seen how bad that it could be, the worst of it, I'm sure you have. That was your experience. How could you stand there and say, I like Trump? I like someone that was involved in, I'm going to be blunt, literally raping children.
Again, we
Which
don't
you
have
said
the
you think
conclusive
happened.
proof at this point. And on top of that, they've lied on Trump about a bunch of different things, so I'm going to wait until all the information comes out. But what I will say is this. I don't vote on people based on liking them so much, as in I look more at their policy and...
But you don't like his foreign policy either.
Well, when it comes to Israel, no. But I do think that what he's doing with Russia is good. I do think that him at least talking with Russia and the Kremlin and trying to end the war is good, versus the Biden administration didn't talk to him for years. So I think that's a W. He has ended a couple of other conflicts since he's been in office, which is good. He's on his run to try to get the Nobel Peace Prize. And I like what he's doing with immigration, which, again, are all things that I think would have been way better than the Kamala Harris administration coming in.
Fair enough. I can't tell you what to believe, so I'm not going to. But I will say, I think fundamentally supporting someone who is in support is the bitch of your greatest enemy. Rape children, probably, I mean, if we're being honest, is pretty, I would say cowardly.
Cowardly, okay.
Yeah, but we can agree to disagree. You can, if you want to get.
I would argue that. I mean, at least I went out and voted. I would say it's more cowardly to not vote than if you're going to use that argument. I mean, at least I'm looking at it like
well,
I'm gonna.
I wasn't old enough to vote.
What was that?
I was not old enough to vote.
Oh, okay. Then
Yeah.
just say that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's fair. But yeah, I mean, again, I think Trump is a far better option than Kamala Harris.
Okay, I don't.
Okay, you think Kamala would have done better?
I don't know. I mean, she was just going to do whatever Biden was doing. I mean, they have the reason Kamala lost is because she had no time to actually create an actual policy. It was just the same Biden policy, which is why she lost, because no one wanted that because it sucked.
Well, she also sucks and can't talk or articulate her thoughts. At least Trump went and
Trump's
did
a great
interviews and
talker.
shit. Yeah, he's not the best speaker either, but he at least does interviews.
Bruh.
She just went ahead and
These are the guys that like you, bro. Come on.
hey man, hey bro, see they have at least they have the balls to say something. A lot of people agree with me in silence
right now.
They agree with me in silence. A lot of guys, so they have the nuts to say yeah, fuck yeah.
I guess so.
And we
You've
need
never
more
been
guys
punished
like
in your
that
life
that are
if you
willing
got
to go
nuts.
ahead and step in against soy boys and women that want to sit there and take over our country and just make us weak.
What are you talking about?
Yes.
The guy in charge is the guy you like. You're saying someone who's taking
He's
over
better
your
than Kamala
country.
Harris, bro, for sure.
But who's taking over your country? Nobody's taking
Here's
over
the
your
thing.
country, bro.
You're always you got to understand that when Israel's kind of not even a topic when it comes to that, because both the left and the right are going to always support Israel.
True.
That's something that we're going to have to fix later on. But when it comes to all the other issues, I think Trump was better than Kamala Harris. When it comes to immigration, when it comes to law enforcement, when it comes to ending the war with Russia and Ukraine, he's superior to her in every single way. So
I really disagree on the immigration thing. I don't. How
Also,
long
you think
am I
we
allowed
should
to
just
be up
continue
here?
to let people in?
No, obviously not. I think we should have a system that makes it so it's easier for people that aren't criminals to get in and harder for criminals to get in, because an open border is obviously a bad idea.
Well, we had an open border under her. We had an open border under Kamala Harris.
We did not.
Shut yes, we
That
did.
is not
She was the border czar for a while. Come on,
It was
dude.
not an open border. There was still. Do you know you had to you had to do things to get into the country? That's why people got married to get into the country. They didn't just show up. What the fuck are you talking about? There was
Do you know
a
how
wall.
many aliens were coming in through
There
the
was a
southwest
wall.
border? Do you know how many aliens were coming in through the southwest border?
Oh, I know a
Under
lot.
Biden?
But they were doing that illegally. It wasn't an open border. They were legally entering.
Yes, because it was an open border because they were not shutting down the border, is my point. They were coming in illegally through the southwest border.
There was still a wall. It was still you still had to do things to get into the country. What do you mean by open border? Define open border.
Holy fuck,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. Well, you couldn't walk through.
Yes, you can,
genuinely
dude.
could not.
Yes, you can. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Like, they were, okay, number one, not enough Border Patrol agents. Number two, they were not necessarily, when they were arresting these aliens, right, what they're supposed to do is do something called an expedited removal. They were not doing that. They were giving them notice to appear, NTAs, okay? And what ends up happening is they give them these NTAs, and then they're allowed to go into the country to somewhere that they're going to go to and stay, and then they get a court hearing later on. That's a problem. They were basically letting these guys come in. There were CBP-1, the app, where they're able to fly to wherever the hell they wanted to go. We basically had an open border where if they came in and claimed asylum, they'd be able to stay. We had a complete open border. Now we've been able to shut it down thanks to Trump. And finally, he's doing interior enforcement. No other president has done that because everyone's a fucking pussy and a cuck and doesn't want to be labeled as Gestapo or authoritarian. So we actually have ICE doing their job for the first time in decades, going out and arresting people that are here illegally. So he's 100% better than her in immigration in every single way. Okay? If I'm going to be honest, we need an immigration moratorium. We need to shut down all immigration for like 5 to 10 years, revamp our visa system, revamp our border, revamp our immigration system when it comes to marriage, because people scam that too. We are getting destroyed in so many different ways when it comes to immigration in this country that most people are not aware of. Like you, for example, didn't even know that we had an open border. That proves my point. Most Americans are retarded when it comes to INA and immigration.
Don't call me that. I was thinking that...
You made a retarded comment, honestly. You said
no,
that we didn't have open borders when we did.
No, I just misunderstood what you were saying.
Oh, yeah.
I actually did, and I don't agree with what you're saying. I just don't agree with deporting like women and children. I just think it should be easier to get in if you genuinely need asylum from your country, because that's what America was built on, is immigration.
Yeah, but the problem is that people abuse the immigration system.
Yeah, that is a problem.
They falsely claim asylum all the time. They get married. There's like an entire marriage fraud industry out there where people are paying $10,000, $20,000 to marry someone, get their K-1 visa, and then they literally divorce within 2 years. Like, we are getting, there's people that come in on F1 visas and overstay. There's probably a bunch of students that got F1 visas to come here and didn't even fucking show up to class. Like, we have a very bad immigration problem, and most Americans are completely unaware of it because you're not going to know this stuff unless you work in immigration type work. We're getting beat in so many ways. They'll sit there and show you the kid getting deported with their mom. You're like, oh my God, look at that. That's so sad, isn't it? But the reality is they broke the laws. They're here illegally. Send them back.
I agree with you on the issue. My point earlier that I was trying to say is that it's too difficult for like actual people to get in unless it's illegally. If there was a system where so for instance, just better background checks. I'm not a Democrat. I don't agree with overregulation of the government at all. I just don't think it should have gotten this bad in the first place. But I also don't think that there should be random people getting tackled in a Home Depot in front of civilians. Like, that's just fucked up.
For decades, we didn't enforce immigration, so now we have to. Like, you got to, like, for literally decades, because everyone was too scared and too pussy to handle the immigration problem, right? Yeah. We've allowed this problem to literally multiply exponentially, so now we actually have to do something. Trump is the first president I've seen in a very long time actually push not just a stronger border, but also enforce interior immigration, which they had not done in forever.
Okay, you said that already. I just said I don't agree.
And that's a good thing.
I just don't agree with the solution.
All right, who's up next?